everybody, it's Amanda from Scrimpingmommy.co.uk, and I'm going to make what is going to be probably the last Christmas card I make this year. I'm all Christmased out. I'm ready to move on. And I wanted to use an alternative stamp set that's not necessarily seen as a Christmas set. And so I've chosen Falling Flowers. I've had this in my collection quite a while and I absolutely love it. I do have the coordinating thinlets to go with, which cuts out most of the shapes, and you know, you're getting a few extra as well. So without further ado, let's get started. So I have started with a sheet of card, and I'm using thick Whisper White A4, and I have cut this to 11.5 by, I think it was 4 1/4, let me check. Yes, 4 1/4. Scored at 5 3/4. Fold it in the middle, makes your card. Okay. Then I have some real red. Just let me burnish that a little bit better because it is nice and really thick, and it's really good. Is the thicker cardstock for card bases. So then I have some real red, which is 1/8 of an inch smaller. Okay, all the measurements will be over on my blog at scrimpingmommy.co.uk, and then I have another piece of the thick Whisper White, which is another 1/8 of an inch. So I've just got that really small red and white border there. So what I'm going to do first of all is I want to round my corners off, just for a bit of fancy, and because my blades were ready for changing and it's just crushed that corner there, but I'm not going to waste my card. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to round that corner off on one end, and then I'm going to go to the other end and I'm going to round that off, and then when it's laid on the red cardstock, you've just got just a little bit of fancy of them edges showing. Okay. So on a separate sheet of card, this is where I did my stamping, because I'm doing stamping and then I'm going to cut them all out. So using the Falling Flowers, I mounted what I needed on my blocks. Now with the Falling Flowers, you will see that there is a little sticky out bit, and if you look on the stamp, it's got an arrow, and that is to show you the direction of the stamp, so that then when you come to cut it out with the coordinating die, thinlet, you've also got a little sticky out bit there the same, okay, so that you know which way, so you're not faffing about. It saves you faffing. So what I've done is I have stamped in Sahara Sand, so put ink on and stamp like so. Okay, and then before I go anywhere and forget which way around, I've just, because I'm going to die cut it, I've just put a little line there, so I know that that is the, you know, right way, and it will then line up with the little edge bit there. Okay, just a little bit of a tip, and it's on this flower as well. So I've stamped out everything that I needed, and I have done a lot of this before filming because die cutting is not something that I like to do on film because it rocks my table and it makes my camera wobble. So I have pre-cut a lot of shapes. I have done some of the leaves and some of the flowers and some of the buds here. What else have I got? That's it. So what I've done is, to give it a Christmas theme, I'm changing up the colours a bit. So using my watercolour pencils, which are here at the side of me, I have first of all taken the Old Olive and I've gently coloured the leaves all over first. These need sharpening because I've used them an awful lot. So colour all over really lightly. Okay, and I'm going to just show you a few and then I'll bring in what I've done. So you colour all over lightly and then you go back in and press on in certain areas just to give it a bit of shadowing and a bit of dimension. You don't have to be an amazing artist to be able to do this. It is really easy. Okay. Just press on. And then I use my blender pen. I love it. Absolutely love the blenders. They're brilliant for, you can use them on the watercolours, you can use them on these crayons, you can use them with your ink pads, you can use them with your Many Marvellous markers. They are brilliant. So you use that and that spreads the colour about, and you know, so that it looks nice and blended and not just a big scribbly harsh mass of lines, as it were. Okay. Okay, so that's that one. So if I show you what I've done with some of my other shapes and move these to one side, in fact I'm going to add colour to that one. And all I've done on the bigger, larger flower is I have used the Daffodil Delight to colour in the stamen in the centre of the flower. And then I've coated the whole flower with my Wink of Stella. A lot of my customers should have one of these because I gifted these this last month as my, oh, that's got a bit of red on it, as my customer gifts. A lot of the ladies that use the hostess code in their thank you packs also got a Wink of Stella. So I'm using it to gently, but I'm doing it gently so that it doesn't smudge my ink too much, and that will just give a subtle sheen and glimmer to that flower. So I'm going to move that to one side, and then I'll show you what I did with the berries and the other small flower. Now these I have stamped in Early Espresso, and this is Sahara Sand. Okay, so I got my real red, and instead of them being buds, I'm turning these into, I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid. I'm turning them into berries, Christmas berries, and I've just added a little bit of liquid on the bottom of that crayon just to make it, watercolour pencil, it's not a crayon, onto the tip of the watercolour pencil just to make it a little bit darker. Okay. And then I'm just going to go in and I'm going to go over again a little bit more just to make it even more red. And then I'm going to add some of the rich razzleberry, just a little bit to aid in the shading and to make it look really like a berry. Serious stuff this, I'm concentrating. Okay, there we go. And then the flower to make that Christmassy, I have again gone in the centre with my Daffodil Delight. Really pressed on so that it's really dark. Because it totally, you know, changes the colours significantly the more pressure you put on. It's as simple as that. So I'm going in, have I got the right, yeah, real red, and I'm hoping to get a kind of a poinsettia kind of feel to this flower here. So you know, this set is falling flowers, so it's more of a spring, I don't know, it's not really a Christmassy set, but you can make it Christmassy, is the point I'm trying to make. At least that's what I'm waffling on about. So again, just gently colouring it first, because if you put too much, it's a bit like going to the hairdressers, you know, if you cut too much off, it's too late. But you can always go and add and add and add, you can't take away. So I'm going to go in and I'm just going to press on slightly towards the centre of that and up the centre line as well. And I'm really pressing on here to make that colour really deep. Okay, and then again I can use my blender pen to make sure that there's no really harsh lines, so it all looks nice and blended and nice and lovely. You know what I mean. Okay, we're just making it so it doesn't look like it's just harsh scribble. It's nice, blended, it's multi-tonal. Being artistic. Okay, just smush that. You can just pick the colour up and smoosh it around. And you can always go in and add a little bit more even if you want to. Okay, so that's how I've turned them into Christmassy colours. So let's start and put our card together now and see how we're going to arrange it, because this is the bit that I haven't done, so I'm making this bit up. This is where we're crafting as we go. Okay, so I'm going to add my coloured layer first. I've got kind of an idea of what I'm doing, but I don't have a sample. I didn't do one first. I rarely do. Line that up. Try and get it straight. That's not bad. Quite impressed there. And I'm going to put this one straight to the layer flat as well, because I'm going to put the flowers dimensional. So if I have my card layer dimensional and my flowers dimensional, you can end up with a bit of a bent looking card. So we don't want it looking all wonky and out of sync. So there we go. So there's my card base. So what I want to do first of all is stamp a Christmassy sentiment. And I'm taking this one here, I think. Or I might just have this smaller one. Can't decide. I think I'll have Merry and Bright because it is slightly smaller and it'll leave me a bit more room. I've not used it yet. It'll leave me a bit more room on my card. So I just need a block of this one will do. Oops, knocking the camera. Let me get that straight on my grid paper and line it up. And then I'm going to use no, I'm not using that's Whisper White. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. I want mine. Oh, I'll just have to reach for it. Beg your pardon. I want my basic black. Picked the wrong one up. It's because they've both got a black cover. Right, so let me see if this is straight, because I'm stamping straight to card, so I don't want it to be a mess. So I'm just going to see if this stamp is straight, which it is. It's not bad, that. So I'm going to stamp it just down here, I think, in the bottom corner, and hope that it stamps nicely, or else my card's wrecked. There we go. Lovely. So now I can start and layer up the flowers that I've made and the leaves that I have made and die cut. One tip when you're die cutting is to use washi tape. Put the thinner over the stamped image and put washi tape on to hold it down. Right, let's start and see what we're going to do. So I'm going to bring in, I've done quite a variety here so that I've got a lot of choice for my card. Some more berries. So basically we've got our white Christmas rose type flower and then our fake poinsettia or poinsettia or whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to start and layer these up now, and hopefully we'll get a lovely design. Excuse me, I'll just bring my... And then that's it. I aren't making any more Christmas cards. I'm Christmas carded out. I am. I'm Christmas carded out. So I'm going to start that one there. And then it's just a case of arranging. It's, you know, it's flower arranging. This is the fun bit. So let's see what we end up with. We might end up with a mess yet. But I do like to decorate things and make them look pretty. So this is the kind of thing that I love to do. I'll put that one there. Okay, let's have some more green, maybe. Yes, let me get my snips. I'm going to chop them down a bit. I'm going to chop that one down. I don't want all of that. Don't need it all. Okay. And you can create some stunning cards with just your die, you know, your thinlets and your die cuts. That's if you could get the ends off the pesky doofers. Let's have it there. And we're going to layer those up. Right, I'll have some berries now. Might put that one there. Yes, let's have that over there. We've cut them all and coloured them all, so we may as well use them. And make ourselves a really, really special card for somebody. I've got somebody in mind for this card, and then I ain't making them all. I've had enough. I'm not even making my husband one. I'll go to Card Factory and get one for £1. Did I say that? That's blasphemy. I'm kidding, I'm not really. I am not going to Asda and buying a multi-pack of cards. I'm not. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator. I'll make them. I'm only joking. Right, so... oh dear. So I'm going to add some of these flowers now. We like to make things. Handmade things are, you know, it's got more love to it, hasn't it? It's got more thought. You know, we like to use everything in our craft room and make a big, huge mess anyway. I'm actually going to stick that on 2 lots. No, I'm not. Do I need to? I think I will. I'm going to double up on the dimensionals there and put one on top of the other. Because, I'll tell you for why. I want it to protrude really quite far, if it will let me. I want it to protrude quite far over those leaves, and I want to be able to sneak other things in between if I want to. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to have that there, put it there. So see, that is raised up more than those now. Method in my madness. Okay, and we'll have one of these over here. And this is where the mini dimensionals really come into their own, because you really can make good use of them with this kind of a design. And you know, without having to, I mean, we still used to do it before, but we used to have to start cutting them up, didn't we? And we were faffing. Now we don't have to faff as much, which is good. A couple more. Put that one there. That one there, I think. And then I just need to have some berries scattered around. And we're good to go. But I think I'm going to just put a few jewels as well. We've got the beautiful... Which ones did I get out? I didn't get them out, but we've got the most beautiful black rhinestones, which goes beautifully. Black and red just look stunning together. So I think I may well add some of those. And I think, to be fair, we've done a good job here of turning this stamp set into a Christmassy scene on a Christmassy card. I think the only thing really that's missing is a little bit of sparkle. So, you know, don't let it be said that I don't add sparkle when it's needed, because shall we have that one? Have that one there. There we go. And then we'll just do this last one, and then I'm going to add some glitz. To give it a bit of a lift, we'll add some glitz to it. There we go. Right, where shall we have this one? Shall we have it there? Slide it in between. That's another reason why I raised that flower slightly, so that I could slide things in and between. Right, so that's done now with my die cuts. Oops, I've just thrown everything on the floor. So now I'm going to add some sparkle. So we have, like I just mentioned, these lovely black rhinestones. I'm going to use some. I'm going to use some of those. If I can find my pokey tool. Pokey tool. Oh, where's it gone? I'm just never fully prepared. I'm useless. There it is. So let's just have a few of these dotted about. Just dot them about randomly. I think they look lovely. And you wouldn't think to add black dots, well, the rhinestones, black rhinestones to a Christmas card, would you? But those colours are perfect. I'll have that one up there. Another one. There. Another one. Down here. I don't want to put one in that corner because I don't want it to look too... I'll put it there. I don't want it to look too non-random. Now for a little bit of extra sparkle, we have got our beautiful dazzling diamonds. You know, and what Christmas card is complete without a bit of glitter? So let's add some. We've got the beautiful fine tip on this glue, bottle of glue here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add just in certain places. I'm not doing it on everywhere. Is that coming out? Just on certain places, I'm going to just add some little bits of this glue, just drawing it on, and then I will be able to put some there, and some round there, a little bit there. Just adding it round the contours, a little bit of my larger flower. We'll have a bit here as well. Forgotten where I've put it now. That's enough. I don't want it on all of it. And then you can literally just sprinkle your glitter. I think I could do with a little pot. So I'm going to end up in a huge mess of glitter. So I will sprinkle that. And if some more sticks to the card, you know, all the better. You can never have too much glitter. Okay, so just give that a minute to just attach itself to the glue. A little bit more there. Go over again, give it a double dip of glue, and there we go. That's added a beautiful sparkle, stunning sparkle to that card. Now that is finished. Now I think that is a very, very pretty Christmas card, and using a non-Christmas stamp set. So there you go. So when you're looking for stamps, don't always think, you know, that they're only good for one season, because they're good all year round. Ta-da! I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.